Day 4 of fall camp and our last day down here in Fountain, Colorado, as the Buffs are still going to be here till Saturday, but this is our last day of media availability, and yeah, it feels like it's gone by quick. I don't feel like I've been here for 3 days. How about you?
No, not at all. It definitely goes quick, and especially when there's just so much content and things to talk about, and this early stage of camp, everything's flying by fast.
Yeah, we got Coach Prime today, as well as Ben Finnesseth and Zach Atkins, that we'll talk about here in a minute, but I mean, they're always great. But Coach Prime, obviously always great, gives us plenty of sound bites, whenever he talks, and it was good to hear from him. First time since Big 12 Media Day in Frisco, Texas last month. But he likes his team. I think, clearly he likes the idea of them coming down here and bonding, and he really likes this team.
Yeah, 100%, and that's what he kept reiterating, right? It's not about last year, it's not about the changes, it's about what they're doing this year to make sure they're ready for Georgia Tech week 1, and it's kind of almost like a fire outwards mentality where they're really buying into that it is us versus everyone else, and we're not focused on any outside noise kind of mentality. So it's exciting for the program for sure.
Yeah, and they had a fun experience last night. They went and visited the Air Force football team, and kind of unique. I mean, I asked Ben Finnesseth, one of his first games as a Buff was against Air Force, and so was it kind of weird to visit them, but they said it was a cool experience to really kind of see how they live. And Coach Prime made the comment that they have their discipline, we have our discipline, and he goes we are not the same. That military discipline, but they're experiences for this team that they don't normally get, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, they're shaking everything up, and not only is that going to make you a stronger team, but it's going to make you more appreciative of the things you have. I think the players talked about, these dorms are not as nice as it is back home. The food's not the same quality that they're kind of used to, and I think that kind of reminder is humbling to them that you get to play at Colorado. You have the opportunity to have that, Buffalo on your helmet. Go represent that, and I think they're really buying into that kind of mentality. And when you talk about going to tour Air Force, I think this is great for the state of Colorado and football as a whole, because our teams should be playing each other. They should be scrimmaging. We should have that fun in-state competition that really fuels it and shows the nation that Colorado's a state that can compete with anybody.
Yeah, and even if they don't have each other on the schedule, Coach Prime mentioned it. I know he's had this idea. I've always thought it was a great idea. Even if you don't play each other on the schedule, how big is it for the state if you can have those teams play a spring game against each other, or come together during a fall camp for just a couple of days even, and just practice with each other. They do it in the NFL. Why not at this level?
It makes zero sense why they wouldn't do that, especially being so close. Not only are you just getting to be able to line up and get real physical looks against other players, but again, just that camaraderie aspect, representing the state. You could bring so many fans out to come and watch that. You could sell hot dogs during the game. There's many different ways you could fundraise, right? Alumni are going to want to come attend that. Not only is it good for the football aspect, when you talk about for the schools itself and the whole experience of football, it's beneficial.
How much would you love to go see a spring game, CU versus Air Force at the Academy?
Oh, I would be there. I would be down to, Coach Prime was talking about the view and just how gorgeous the facilities are, and that's one thing that's been really awesome about this drive down every day. The view is amazing, and that's what's so beautiful about our state.
We won't spend too much time on it, but NCAA needs to get on that, because that's a stupid thing that they haven't done yet. But
they let FCS do it.
Yeah, they let FCS do it now. But one other quick news item, Coach Prime talked about Danny Scudero, said he's coming along, and pretty much made it sound like he's going to be playing against Georgia Tech. And so, we were out there we got to see about 10 minutes of open period. It's okay. I'm sure this is going to be a well off anyway, but Danny was walking around. He's in a walking boot, but he's walking around. It doesn't mean he's not healthy, obviously, but he's not on a cart. He's not on crutches, so he's coming along. So that's good news.
Yeah, and you asked Coach Prime about, potentially some of the other injuries on the team as well, and kind of guys we may have seen gotten tweaked with some of those videos. And he says, hey, everyone's fine. Nothing's major. So that's the word we got today. And I think we're going to have to go off that by week 1 in Georgia Tech, knock on wood, as of now, there's no major injuries.
Yeah, we know there's going to be guys banged up, and there's always going to be guys banged up. But a couple of guys we got to talk to today, Ben Finnesseth, Zach Atkins. Ben's always awesome. Just not that I want him every single week, because we want to mix it up, but I could talk to Ben every single week.
Totally could. And his energy and just poise, right, of being there, of having that experience in the room and understanding the expectation. You talk about, kind of trying to turn the page, and it starts with leadership. It starts with the guys who have been here and done that, and Ben is a complete embodiment of that, and he represents the Buff mentality fully. And again, he talks about it's strictly football. We're here for business. We want to get better, and we love the guys on this team, and we want to fire outwards.
And both of those guys are very determined after last year of being leaders. I mean,
Yes.
I asked them about like how Coach Prime is different this year, and they both said that they're being challenged by Coach Prime. And so then I asked Ben, I was like, well, "Do you like that?" And he goes, "I love it, because it's going to make me a better, husband and father, and in the future." And so Coach Prime is really turning the screws on those leaders to like, you guys need to lead this thing. And we've talked about this before, so I don't want to beat this point, but like the leadership was not good last year. These guys are making a point of making sure it's better this year, and a lot of it starts here.
It really does, and you can just hear it in the way they're talking, right? The way they hold themselves when they walk into a room. You feel that confidence. Not only do you feel it, you see it visually. Just Ben Finisett looks the best he's ever had at his time in Colorado. He's shredded.
Yeah.
Him and Zach Adkins sitting up there, they look put together. They look the part as football players, and they're really feeling it in their confidence and the way they're talking about it and accepting this challenge.
But wait, they're really small though, right? Isn't this team really small?
Yeah, totally. The slot wide receivers, guys. Sorry, God forbid your quick, short guys are quick and short.
Are small. But one last thing before we get out of here, a guy that came up today from Coach Prime and from Ben, Buu Carter, one of the transfers from Tennessee. They like this guy a lot. I mean, and he has some issues at Tennessee, but it sounds like there have not been any here. Ben talked about how he's changed a lot.
Yes.
Boo's changed a lot since he got here, and the misunderstood guy is what he called him. But I think Boo's going to be a really key player on this team.
Yeah, I think we've all had that friend in our life that may be a little misunderstood and just needs some more guidance on some things sometimes. And I think that's what's awesome about having a guy like Ben Finisett who accepts that role and is willing to kind of put him under his wing and say, this is the Colorado way. And I think I don't like that they're keeping him from us. I would like to speak to Buu and, get our hands on him a little bit, but there is just so much excitement, and it doesn't matter who it is, the offensive guys, the defensive guys, the coaches. His name has been reoccurring all summer, all spring, and I just want to see this guy play already.
Yeah, and the fans don't care whether we talk to him or not. They just want to see him play. Us too. I think Boo's going to be really good. I'm excited to see him play. There's a lot of guys on this team. I'm eager to see them play football. He's probably, if he's not he's near the top of the list.
100%.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot more to talk about. We're going to be back next week. We got more availability next week, as well as CU Media Day next Friday. So, Leo, great job this week.
Yes, sir.
You and Oliver, who's behind the camera, you guys have a safe trip back, and we'll see you next week in Boulder.
Yes, sir.